Hi, I'm Phyllis from the Doll Corner, and today I want to tell you a little story about my rag doll here. She is a pattern. Her pattern came from McCall's in 1944. Her pattern number was 1158, and she's 16 inches tall. She also had a little partner, and his name was Sam. Now, I don't have a Sam made up, but I thought I'd show you how to make one of these. Well, I've made these up. Back in 1944, the Second World War was going really strong at that time, and things were rationed, and money was really scarce. So people just would make dolls out of rags, and that's why they were called rag dolls. And back in the 30s, and I don't know when the rag doll came into fashion at all, but it was pretty popular at that time anyway. And this little doll was made with scraps, maybe part of an old shirt, or the face was likely made with out of sugar sacks or flour sacks, because people would take those and scrub the printing off them and use them for tea towels and all kinds of different sewing projects. And this little doll, she has an apron, a hat, an apron, and her body is made out of the print. And then you added a little skirt, but it didn't have anything to hold it up, and her body being straight up and down, I found it was hard to keep them up. And then the legs were either made out of the same fabric as the body, or out of muslin, if you wanted a white leg or a darker leg or whatever. And then her little bonnet. So this one, I made her skirt a little bit different, and it seems to work well. It doesn't fall off the same way. I made it with the top of the apron. I made it a full skirt, so I just attached the front part of the apron onto the skirt, put some lace around here, so then it won't fall off, and it sort of looks like a little sundress. I also made this one a pair of bloomers. But you see, if they didn't have enough material, she could be played with just her body would look like clothes on the doll. And she had the bigger arms up here, so it would look like a puff sleeve. There was no lace on the original pattern, but I put a little bit of lace on this one. You could also put some buttons down here. And this one I painted her face. This one I embroidered her face. She has her yarn hair. This one's been around for quite a while, several years. But anyway, that's how I made her up. And now this one, She has a hat too. This one has a little, nice little bonnet. It's the same. Gathered across here. I run the ribbon through the lace, pulled it in. Or you could just put a piece of ribbon across or run the lace ribbon through there. Just tack it there. Her boots are part of the body as well. And they're just stitched on here and shaped. And this one has bows, and this one I put a little button on, but you could put 3 or 4 buttons. You just have to be careful if you're making them for a small child. If you put buttons on them, they can chew them off and maybe choke on them. They used to make rag dolls by putting buttons on their eyes and painting their mouth, or maybe putting 2 or 3 little buttons there as well. So that's basically how the rag doll was made. But I'll show you, they're quite easy to do, and if you're looking for something to do, if you go on the internet, you'll probably find a lot of different patterns for rag dolls. And you could use some of the ideas I have on this one by how I've done it, but like the shoes, then you don't have to make shoes afterwards. You got the boots already on the doll. This is the back of this one. Sewed the arms and hands on here. This is the back. And this is the front of the doll. And this is her head. And this is sewn in on like that. And that formed her body. And then, let's move this up a little bit more. When that is all sewn in one piece, then you take your back and put it on top like this. And sew all the way around. And then her legs are made. This is just a rectangular piece of fabric. Her boot is that shape. And I have sewn it from about here up around. And then I open it up, find the center of the leg, and stitch it on there. And then when that is all stitched on like this, I'm not making sure my back seam is lined up here. And then finish sewing up the leg. And then I'll show you got another one here that I'm working on. I haven't got her all, I've got it turned out inside, and I maybe need to go in and clip this just a little bit more. I use a very tiny stitch when I'm going around areas like this so it won't pull out, and the same with here. So it may need a little bit of trimming in there yet. Her hands, this one's hands was quite puffy. I thought, well, I'm going to try something different. So I put a couple of layers of batting in here, and then I just stitched the fingers down, sort of quilted it like. So then I will stuff the arm right up into here with polyfill fill her all up. Then this is the leg. I have a little bit of stuffing in here, and I stuff it up to about here, and then I finish stuffing it, and I will stitch it onto the back of the body like this, making sure my foot is coming to the front. And the same with this one. And then when those are all stitched on there solid, I will take and finish stuffing it nice and tight, fold that in, and hand stitch it along there. Now, why I like to put the sewing line across here, oops, we're losing our clothes. I stitch it across here, and then when she's sitting, you can set her on something and her legs will go down. Nice. And so if you're interested, I'll come back and after I got her all stuffed, because you don't want to see me sit here and stuff this doll. And then I'll make her clothes and show you how her clothes goes together. So be sure and subscribe to my channel and touch the bell so you get a notice every time I bring out a new video. I'm not regular at bringing them out. It's just whenever I try to come out with one about every week, 10 days. Sometimes it's oftener and sometimes it's further away than that. So if you have any questions, be sure and email me at dollfashion77@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram. Give me a thumbs up. Share my videos. All those things help my video grow. And thanks for watching. Bye now.